This is your one and only FireSpark81 with your daily dose of video goodness, and today we are taking a look at some of the largest places to build in V Rising. Let's get to it. So our first location is one of the few areas in which you can actually get 100% build area, and that is located here. I don't currently have this castle heart in the proper spot. However, if we pick it up and we move it over just a little bit to the right, you can see approximately 100% buildable space near this location. Considerable build area. If we pop outside and hop into bat form, you can see this area is absolutely huge. You could easily max out a full leveled up castle in this area. Tons and tons and tons of room to build the castle of your dreams. All right, let's move on to the next one. This next area is one for those of you who want to live that secluded life, because it is up at the top of the map out in the middle of nowhere, and you can find it located right here. Can't actually place a heart here because I am at my limit and I haven't updated to how many I can place, but if I place down a heart right here at this location, you can see we can get a 90% buildable area, which is the criteria for all of these locations. Popping into bat form, you can see that this area is absolutely massive as well, which of course is to be expected because that is the theme of this video. This area is one of the few that is not tiered like many of the others, so you have a nice large flat plateau to build your castle on, and it only has two entrances. One is right here and the other one is over here, as you can see on the map. Our next location, which is located right here on the map, is a relatively centralized location. And if I grab the heart here and I move it to either side of where it's at, you can see we have an 80% buildable area, and where it is located right now is also an 80% buildable area. Pretty much all this whole area in here ends up being 80%. On top of that, not only do you have this absolutely massive flat area to build in, you can also build up this ramp here and into this area, which is another large buildable area. This next location is one that many of you suggested in my previous bases video. I will link that down below if any of you want to check that one out. That one's based on location as far as like what's around you and not really how much buildable area that you have. But in that one, many of you suggested this location here, which you can find here on the map. So many of you are already familiar with this location, and if we pick up our heart and we move it over here to the left just one tile, you can see we have an 80% buildable area. This one only says large as opposed to considerable, and I'm not so sure why it says large when it's 80%. You would think that if it's 80% and says considerable in some areas, it would be considerable in all areas, but it is not. But yeah, it's a huge area to build in. Not only do you have this absolute massive area to build in, you can also build up towards the back here and up on top of these plateaus, and you could easily max out your full 250 tiles with little to no issue. You can also build all the way over here to the road and block this area completely off. Our last location is located smack dab in the middle of the newbie area, and you can find it right here. This is an insanely large plateau, one of the biggest on the map as far as large flat plateaus go. And if you take a look here, if I pick up my heart and I move it over just one, we have an 80% buildable space that is considered considerable building area. If we jump into bat form and we take a look here, you can see that this area is huge. It is so large that we can't see from one end of it to the other because it is blocked by the fog of war. But we can fly over and take a look. It's got its own little pool of water. It does have multiple entrances though. So it has one there. It has one right across the way on the other side right here. And then we have one along the side over here as well. So this isn't one that's going to be super secure for all of you PvP players out there, but if you're on a PvE server, this is a really nice location. Here is our third entrance here. It's also located next to the Forgotten Cemetery cemetery, and a bunch of just random bandit camps and the bandit logging camp, which makes it an absolute fantastic location for going out and gathering resources from raiding those camps and for going out and hunting for high blood units. So, have you built in any of these locations already, and did you know that all of these locations had 80% or above buildable area? Or do you plan on building in any of these areas? Let me know down there in the comments. That is going to wrap it up for this one. Just a short, sweet video. I just wanted to show you all these locations because apparently you all like big builds. So there you go. These are some large areas to build in. If you enjoyed this video and you found it helpful and informational, consider hitting the subscribe button and notification bell so you can be notified when I upload other videos. I want to give an absolute massive shout out and thank you to my supporters on Patreon and my channel members for helping to keep these videos sponsor free. You all are absolutely amazing people. If you would like to join my elite crew of Patreon supporters, please check out the link in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. If you're shy and you don't like to comment, just hit that thumbs up button and show your support. Until next time, thanks for watching.